What's up, guys? Welcome back to another CB One Take. Today I'm in Bangkok at the body shop checking on CreamPai. Look at this thing. Look how pitiful it looks without the Pandem wide body kit on it. But don't worry, the Pandem wide body kit is right there and it will be back. A lot of you have probably wondered, what is going on with CreamPai? Why have we not seen it on the CB Media YouTube channel the past couple months? Well, to be honest, it was time for this car to get a lot of maintenance and just a few changes and some upgrades. See, over the past couple years, I've driven this car a lot. I've driven it to Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, around northern Thailand, Pensanel, Highway 12, and every time I drive the car, I beat the hell out of it, take it to 8,000 plus RPM multiple times, and it just needed a lot of maintenance and love. And while we were doing that, it was time for some upgrades and some changes. And I will make a full CB Media YouTube video once what I'm calling CreamPai 1.5 is done. We'll do a full recap of the car and go for a drive. But just so you guys know what's happening, the wheels, keeping the OZ Futuros because I love these wheels. They're one of my favorite wheels in the world, but they have been completely rebuilt. The calipers have been redone. All the trim piece, all these trim pieces are being redone. The reason the wide body kit is off the car, the reason we took the Pandem kit off the car was, I don't know if you've seen Pandem kits up close and personal, but the hardware that bolts the fenders to the car is not really like the best of quality. And to be honest, it looks kind of cheap. I mean, it's already a bolt-on fender kit. It already isn't super classy, but the cheap hardware just makes it look even more cheap. So we're replacing all the hardware with a really nice high quality, like hex, like really high quality hardware. Yeah, all of this is being replaced with like really nice high quality stuff. Also, down here, I had some rust issues, and also on the door over here, the bottom part of the door had some rust issues as well. That since has been resolved and repainted and blended. The big news on the interior is new roll cage. So brand new roll cage. This car had a 4-point in it before, but the 4-point roll bar that was in it before didn't have a place to mount your harnesses. So the harnesses were mounted, toward where the back seats used to be, which is not the proper and safe way to mount racing harnesses. So I just had a whole brand new roll cage made that was a proper cage. Also paint matched it to the color of the car because all of this back here is getting brand new carpet, sound deadening. I'm getting Alcantara headliner, new carpet, making the inside of the car a little bit nicer, putting sound deadening in there because, listen, it's not a race car, it's not a track car. It's a BMW V8 hot rod that I rip around the streets of Thailand. And I drive it so often that I just want it to be a little bit more comfortable. So still not putting a stereo system in it because the V8 plays all the music that I need, but it is getting sound deadening, all new carpet, headliner. And once that is done, the color matched roll cage will really pop. Also refinished my intake plenum cover. Because right here, there was a blemish where the hood would hit the cover. Because the thing about this engine in this car, there's not many of these swaps out there. And CreamPai was the only one in the world that had the S65 with a non-modified hood. And the only reason we're able to do that is because when this car was built, the oil pan sits like this high off the ground. Already cracked the oil pan once here in Bangkok. But regardless, the hood's still rubbed right here, and there was a blemish there, so we fixed that. So this stuff is a brand new intake. I'm doing a new intake. Here's the wide body kit. We're refinishing all of the trim. Also repainted the front bumper, or this lower section of the front bumper. And the reason this was done was because this car, for the past couple years, has had full car PPF film on it. Like the entire car, front bumper to rear bumper, has been covered in PPF film. And one thing that a lot of people in the comments complain about is my side exit exhaust here tends to throw like 1 foot flames, and it burns the car right there. And you know, a lot of people complain about this in the comments. They said it looks bad, but I'm in the camp, and a lot of people agree with me, that it actually gives the car some type of character. People go, oh, it's burned around your exhaust. And I go, well, yeah, it's got an M3 V8 that shoots 1 foot flames. I don't know. To me, it adds character, and it's actually kind of cool. But we pulled the PPF off, and most of the burning was just on the paint protection film. So also, when we pulled the PPF off, it pulled some paint off the front bumper, or that front lip section of the front bumper. So that's the reason that was repainted. I'm also getting a custom hood. I was just telling you guys that I'm gonna show you my custom hood. But first, look at that. Look at that. That is some crazy shit right there. So this is a Lamborghini Murcielago, believe it or not. And this is being rebuilt here at this paint and body shop. This Murcielago was in a massive accident and fire, and the owner wants to rebuild it. So that's why this Murcielago is here. They're taking parts off of this to go on this chassis. But how crazy is that? That is a legit, actual Murcielago. I think if the paint and body shop can handle this job, I think they can tackle CreamPai, no problem. Yeah, I think that was my old cage right there. But yeah, I'll show you guys the hood. So I was telling you, my car is one of the few cars in the world, well, the only car in the world that we know, that has the S65 with a non-modified hood. And again, the reason for this is my car the engine sits so low, like the oil pan seriously that high off the ground. That's the only reason it's possible. But regardless of that, I'm getting a second hood made. Also, look at that. You can see the headlight, the pop-up headlight in the front bumper. You see this? What is that, guys? I'm gonna tell you in a minute. I will tell you in just a second what it is. But I'm gonna give you maybe 30 seconds to leave a comment below to see if you can guess what car this is. If you get it right, send me an email. I'll give you one bot. I'll give you one tie bot. Are you ready? Have you left your comment? XJ220. That is a Jaguar XJ220. And it's not just any Jaguar XJ220. I can't remember how many of these were built, but it was a very, very limited supply. I think maybe it was only like 500 or something. This is serial number 009. And the reason that's special is because this car was built and delivered to Rama IX, the king of Thailand. The king here is, you know, almost like a godlike figure, and he's admired by all the Thai people. He was a really good man. He was also a professional photographer. He shot Nikon. So we have that in common, Nikon photographer as well. Well, now I shoot Sony, but I grew up shooting Nikon. But yeah, so this was his car, serial number 009. This car's worth a lot of money, of course. But yeah, so if they can handle an XJ220, Ferraris, and Murcielagos, I think CreamPai's in good hands. Anyway, so this is the hood. Yes, that is the entire hood. There used to be a BMW emblem there. It was shaved. This was cut, and then it was bent over, and it's being refinished and color matched. So I do still have my original hood, but the point of this hood is basically to cover the radiator area, but then you're able to show off the S65 V8. So I was just saying, I'm an automotive photographer as well. One thing that sucks about owning a BMW E30 is the way that the hood opens. The hood opens forward. So if you go to car shows or car meets or whatever, and you park your car and you want to show off your engine, and you pop the hood, and the hood goes forward like this. It's just like, it's a terrible situation for people to take photos of your car because the way the hood is positioned, it looks super awkward. You can't see the engine. It's not a good way to display your engine having that style hood. So what this hood will do is it'll mount here, and it'll essentially just be this section right here coming up to this part of the plenum. And that is why I had the plenum redone, so it's nice and new. We're doing a brand new intake system to fit underneath that hood, so the intake will go there. Touching up a lot of stuff, just making the car nice once again. I've said this many times before, if you own a car like this in Thailand and you actively drive it, like it's not just a garage queen, the roads here beat the shit out of your car. Like when it comes to suspension bushings and like wheel bearings and just everything, it just destroys your car. And I have actively driven this car 4 or 5 days a week for the past like almost 2 years. So it was time just to put the car down, do a bunch of maintenance, and while I was doing that, do some upgrades and change some things where they're done correctly the way they should have been done in the beginning. So that is your CreamPai update and another CB one take. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in another one soon. Peace.